What did I say to look for first when you're doing these problems? You guys remember? You want to factor at some point, right? But out of everything that's on the bottom left, what would you do first on the left side? Out of the horizontal asymptotes. Always do the horizontal asymptotes, factor next, and then go from, see how much you can do, and then we'll do it together. So we're just gonna just do the left side first, and then we'll do everything together. Or you'll do the second one all by yourself. See how much you can get right. Just the left.
Is that y equals 0 or y equals
Y equals 0 because the P goes on the bottom. Think of it like this. The P's on the bottom, right? Wherever the power isn't, put the 0 on top. 0 divided by P is 0. Okay. Maybe I'll talk about that today. Maybe I'll do that today. Oh guys, last thing real quick. Today's the last day to turn everything in for the last unit. Except the quizzes, like Google Forms. If you've done it, you have nothing to worry about. Like the quizzes, stuff like that. So maybe at some point today, check to see that you've done everything. Except the third quizzes, it's still open to tomorrow, I think. Any questions? Any?
What are you doing with that wall?
Oh, a student in 8th period just, so as you turn them in, I'm just putting them up there. I don't know. But there's no art in this room. It's kind of sad, honestly. I just thought I'd add some color. So I'm just putting the pez books, the alternative in there, that's all. Graffiti. Vandalism.
Forgot how to find holes.
Guys, anybody else have a picture to show me with the textbook? This is the last week to show me a picture for volume 1. Xander, I just got yours. Anybody else have a picture you need to show me? Just show it to me by Friday. Okay guys, I'm gonna do the left side with you, then, cause I expect some of you may have forgotten to do some of the stuff. Then I'm gonna have you do the right side by yourself, okay? So, the first thing, anytime you get one of these problems, and if it's asking for all of them, do your HA first. Where's the power on this one?
The bottom.
On the bottom. Now you can write down any notes for the test, so you wanna like memorize this. So what I would do is I would do this. Put a P on the bottom, cause the power's on the bottom. On top, the power is not on top, so put a 0. What is 0 divided by P? 0, right? So that means that your HA is gonna be Y is equal to 0. Okay, that should work every time, and I'll show you how to do it on the right side. The next thing I would do is now factor everything. So you have to factor the top and the bottom. The top is already factored. So I'm just gonna put x plus 5. On the bottom, you wanna do the diamond. I'm just gonna do it over here off to the side. What are two numbers that multiply to give you -8 and add up to give you -2?
Negative 4 and 2.
-4 and 2. So this is gonna be -4 and 2. Those are your factors. So you're gonna go like this. And then you go like that. All right. Do domain next. I'm gonna do domain. Is the domain the top or is the domain the bottom?
The bottom.
Domain starts with the letter D, is the denominator. It's anything that's at the bottom. So you're gonna do domain, you're just gonna put a little set notation.
I was doing holes.
We'll get to holes in a little bit. Well, you could do holes next if you wanted to, but I'm gonna just take care of domain now. I think the one that should be done first is just your HA. Then you put a bar, if you remember. So what two numbers are excluded from the domain on this one?
-2 and 4.
You switch the signs, right? Because you set them equal to 0. So it should be positive, put them in order, right? So -2, comma 4. I'm gonna stop right here. Look at the bottom of your thing. That should be the domain of this one. That's what's restricted. Does this one have any holes?
No.
No, because nothing cancels, right? So this one has no holes, no factors. And if you want, you can put parentheses around there. Remember, for it to be a hole, it has to cancel. Does this have any vertical asymptotes?
Yes.
Yes. So it has 2 vertical asymptotes, so we're gonna do x is equal to 4, x is equal to -2. This problem is now complete. Cobeans?
What do you mean nothing cancels out?
Are any of those the same? No, right? Nothing cancels. For it to be a whole, they have to be identical. None of those are,
Oh.
right? So we are done. Now do the second one on the right all by yourself, start to finish. You should be able to do it now, hopefully. Okay, guys, first come, first serve. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 2 more spots open.
I got a
First-
sec.
I'll do it up here.
Okay. I'll do it.
I'll let you go first.
And guys, y'all do know about that quizzes. It
Oh,
closes
shoot.
Thursday. Please don't get a 0 on that.
How do you turn that
I
on?
guess just
Wait,
click like
I don't
Oh,
know
no.
how to factor.
Right?
Wait, there's a what on
Here.
Thursday?
The bottom,
Yeah.
that on
The head.
positive
click
5
the pen.
Oh, okay.
and negative
Yeah.
4.
Wait, what's on Thursday?
Yeah, that makes sense.
How-
What's on Thursday?
Oh, the quizzes. I think
okay.
you've
Yeah.
done it, right? The third one? I would check on each. Well, some of them are closed, but
Oh, I forgot what this was.
I think you've turned everything in, Miguel.
Oh,
It was-
positive 5,
Think.
negative 4.
Oh, okay.
This is my test script.
Yeah, we can fix that. Oh, I need to talk about that. Guys, if you want to retest, I would love for you to do it this week, if you can, Thursday after school, if you didn't pass
Okay.
your test. Over here, Mr. Zender.
Yeah.
Alex, were you gonna do one or?
No, it's just that you can't see it. You can barely see it.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, what the? What color is that?
Red.
Red.
I was like, what do you?
Why does it look like that?
I can barely see it.
I know, I noticed that too, like, here it is. Oh, there it is. This is too small. Guys, y'all wanna see the factor form real quick? If you wanna write that down, if you had trouble with that. You need to practice factoring small ones like that, because again, you're not gonna be able to use Desmos. They're not gonna be big or anything, they're gonna be small. Double check the answers that are up there, and you guys, if you need a correct one, I haven't seen, I didn't see if they're the same. They look good. Oh wait. I think I see a mistake.
Wait, why does y equal? Oh yeah.
The power, cause it's PP, right? You don't put a zero anywhere. It's P on top, P on the bottom. When the P's are the same, you divide the numbers in the front. Right? What did he do?
It's just the top negative. Or no.
So I want the point for the whole.
The plate.
And it's also -5 though. Yeah, it's -5. And then you have to plug in -5 into each of those. And then it's gonna give you a number. You see what I'm saying? You can do -5 minus 5 on top. And on the bottom you'll do -5 minus 4. And then you'll get probably a fraction and stuff. Yeah. If you wanna go back down and do it on paper,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, yeah. Yeah, go by your paper.
Holes
Like
negative
that,
5.
or is that
Well,
the
he
opposite?
wasn't done. I remember for the whole, I want the point. If anybody can come up, either finish it off.
So
Would it be
completely
-5 and
forgot how
4,
to find a
or
hole.
-4 and 5?
You said, so you want the numbers that are gonna make the bottom 0, so you change the sign, so it's -5, positive 4.
Oh, okay, so that was.
Yeah. Set notation on the end of the 4. Yeah. Whoa. A lot of squiggles there. That's good, Ms. Margaret, that's good.
Where does this?
There's good. Here you go, Ms. Miranda.
Oh, could I just turn it in?
Yeah. Guys, there's a mistake up there. Anybody wanna fix it?
I see it.
Let me,
That
Avery,
was my mistake.
oh, what should it
It
be?
should be -5 and then positive.
Yes. So this should be right here. Look at the bottom of your factor form. This should be -5, positive 4.
So
Question.
Do I just put -5 over -4 for like the ratio, or for like the?
Yeah, let's see. Would be. So, did anybody get the whole point? Now, do you guys remember how to do? You did get it, Avery? What did you get?
-5, 10/9.
So let's see if she got it right. So what you're gonna do, remember, you're gonna plug in. This is where the hole occurs at, right? So you have to plug in the -5 to what's left. This right here on the right. So you're gonna take. So you're gonna do. I'm gonna plug this in place of x. So it's gonna be -5 minus 5 over -5 minus 4. Does everybody see what I did? Then it's gonna be -10 on top of -9. Switch the signs. So it's gonna be 10/9. So the whole is at +10/9. That's where the hole's at. But that's how you do that. You plug it into what's simplified. You take your -5 and you put it in here. You plug it in. Okay. Is that all of it? Yeah. Oh, and then we get, that's all of it. Cool beans, how all that works and stuff? Okay. Yeah. There isn't a lot of stuff on the test. It's just this stuff, but I think it's a lot of stuff, yeah. Okay, so let me see. Who do I owe? Avery, do you want me to just keep it?
Yeah.
Of course, right? Okay. And I know I still have more PES bucks that I owe y'all, like I wrote down and stuff. Alright guys, if you want to please take out your packets from Thursday. We just have to cover one more thing. We're going to add one thing to this stuff. We're going to add x-intercepts, and I'm going to show you how to find that. And then we'll be done. Okay?
You still wrote this? On the whole, do you switch to signs, or do you just like, or is it always possible in other classes? Cause it was negative and a negative nine, and then it was 10 and 9. So do you always switch to signs, or you just
Switch which signs?
the 10 and 9?
Yeah, the only reason I switched it was because negative divided by negative becomes positive. That's why I switched it. You don't use, it's whatever this is. It could be negative. On it. All right. Let me see. So Friday will just be a review day, and then we'll review Monday morning, and then you'll take your test Monday. That's how that's gonna kind of work and stuff. All right. Guys, go to example number 5. We should have done these on Monday. Okay, so we factored these already. I don't know if you guys remember. We did these problems already. The only thing we're going to do different today is we're just going to do x-intercepts. So let me think here. How do we do this? What would be better? I'm only going to do, we'll do maybe 2 on top. Okay, so let's start off with example 5a. So on this one here, we're just going to do x-intercepts. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm not going to do VAs, HAs, or anything like that. So what I'm going to do, you have to factor everything. So I'm going to go like this. So we're on this example here. So we're going to do, I'm going to go quickly through this one because we did this last time. If you look at your notes, this is already factored for you. Nothing cancels, right? Now, before I get to this right here, if I was to graph anything, and I talked about x-intercepts, don't copy this down. So if I have a graph, right, and I graph something here, and let's say that's my x-intercept right there. What is true about every x-intercept, about the coordinates? What number is always the same, the x or the y? What is the y every single time?
0.
Has to be 0, right? So for x-intercept, the y has to be 0. So you don't have to copy this down. If I put equals 0, right? You don't have to put that. If I was to solve this, y has to be 0, I would multiply these two. This goes away. So in reality, to get 0 out of this, it's only the top that matters. So to find the x-intercepts, you're going to set the top equal to 0. That's how you're going to find your x-intercepts. So what you do is for x-intercepts, you do the top. And you do the same thing that we've been doing. So each of these factors, you set them equal to 0. So can somebody tell me where one of the x-intercepts occurs? At -4. So you're going to put -4, comma 0 because y is always 0. That's easy. At least on these, you don't have to plug it back in. What would be the other x-intercept? At 4, 0. That's it.
Do you flip the sign for that or no?
Yes, I was going to say, this is like not obvious.
Yeah.
I did technically flip the signs. It's hard to see, but you're supposed to flip the signs. Anytime you have a factor and you write the whole or the VA, anything, you always flip the sign from factor form to the answer. Domain, whatever it is.
Yeah, because if you're doing x plus 4 equals 0, then x is negative.
Correct. And that's what I was thinking to myself. I was like, it's not obvious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor B for you pretty quickly, only because, again, we did this already. So this would be 2x, x plus 3, and then this was x minus 8. If you remember from Monday, which one? Yeah.
Again, why do we get the intercepts from the top?
Yeah, it's just the top. It's easy, right? But what makes it hard is, wow, we have to remember VAs.
Why did we get it from the top again?
Because, do you agree with the next intercept? Your y is always 0, right? So if I replace y with 0 and I solve, I have to multiply these first. That gives you 0. So really, in reality, you're just solving this. This goes away. You're just doing this equals 0. And you just flip the signs. It's just solving.
So the bottom doesn't matter.
The bottom doesn't matter. So just remember, x-intercepts don't matter.
Is it always the top?
It's always the top.
Okay.
So to me, that's the hardest thing you're going to have to remember. X-intercepts is the top. VAs are the bottom. Holes cancel. HAs, you use the powers. That's it. That's what the whole test is all about. So do you guys remember from last time what canceled here?
X.
You have to cancel everything first before you do your x-intercepts. So you go like this. So can somebody tell me what is the x-intercept for this problem? -3, comma 0. Do y'all see why? Because that's the only thing that's left. If it cancels, it cannot be an x-intercept. It's a hole.
So we can't do anything with the 2?
No. The 2 is only a multiplier. It's technically not a factor.
2 times 0 is
Right. So the 2 is not really impacting the problem. As it is, if it were on the bottom, the 2 is nothing. So if you ever have a number in front with no letter, just leave it alone. It doesn't do anything to the problem. It doesn't affect it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, we'll do C real quick. So we'll go like this. I'll factor this out for you. This was x plus 8, x minus 2. If you remember, this canceled last time.
So why did we? So we just have -3 for that x-intercept on this.
Yeah. On C, what is the x-intercept? None. Because there's nothing. If everything goes away, you just put none. You can have none. So there is no x-intercept.
So we just cancel out anything that matches.
Right, you always, holes cannot be anything but a hole. Okay, so what I want you to do is, we're gonna do, I know you're probably limited on space. I want you to factor it. It's kind of like the warm-up. I want you to find all this stuff, if it's there. And then wherever you have room, let's stick the domain. So try this one. Find your HA, domain, all that stuff. Factor everything out. Try it.
Oh my goodness. Do we take out a GCF?
Yes, the top would be a GCF. The bottom is the difference of squares. So the packet from last time, you should have it.
Mhm.
You were here last time, right? Or no? And so the only thing we did is this, look. So I introduced a new thing, it's just finding x-intercepts. So this is how you do
For
x-intercepts.
factor form, do we put, factor form, do we just,
The simplified version.
even in the GCF?
Yes. Yeah, the only thing, it's what remains after you cancel. I think this one something cancels, right?
Yeah.
The x minus 3. So on this one, whatever's left, that's the factor form. So the only thing we did new is, these are problems that we did last time.
Mhm.
I'm gonna just give you the short of it. X-intercepts are on the top. So you look at the top, and then you just set them equal to 0. So this has two x-intercepts, -4 and +4. And you always put comma 0. This one here, the x is canceled, so it's what's left. The only thing that's left is this right here. The 2 doesn't do anything. Oh, you can't even see that. The 2 doesn't do anything. So ignore the 2. It's only this right here. So there's an x-intercept at this. You change the sign. That's really all it is. This one, everything canceled, so this one had no x-intercept. But now we're doing all of it. So the last two problems on the test are one, I don't know how many are gonna be on there. It's gonna be like this. It'll be free response, and you'll do this right here. The first part will be multiple choice. It's gonna be short. I'm making the test now. I think I'm only up to like 7, 8 questions. It's not gonna be long. So that's the benefit of, well, I don't know if that's good or bad, but it'll be short test. You guys will be done early on Monday.
So,
Trust me, it's better than the
so
alternative.
if I write the factor form, do I even X out these? Or do I
Yes.
leave these up here and there?
So you leave this on the bottom, and on the top, you should have an X left. That's right, your GCF, so, but the
just-
just the GCF on top.
So it's just an X on top?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. So the top was a GCF. What's the GCF of the top?
X.
X. So you're gonna do an X, then you're left with X minus 3 on top. Then on the bottom, what is the bottom factor into?
X plus 3, X minus 3.
Yeah, good job. I'll give you a Pez bug for that, Carlos. And you too, Alex. So then so anything okay, so let's answer some questions first. I like to do the HA first before I factor. I should have done that first. What is the HA for this one? 1. Good job, Mr. Kalia. Did I say that right? Wow. Oh, when the P's are the same, you just divide the front numbers, right? So then this would be Y. Make sure you put Y equals. If you don't put Y equals in the test, I'm going to mark it wrong. I like to do domain next. I'm going to do domain. What numbers can X not equal? Remember, you can just put plus or minus 3 to keep it short. Any questions? Then I'm going to start canceling. Let's start canceling. Boom, boom. Let's do vertical asymptote. What would be the vertical asymptote for this problem? +3 or -3? Positive. Do y'all see why? Whatever's left on the bottom is your VA. So then this would be X is equal to 3. Yes?
Do you not cancel the X is -3? Cause that's the same on the top.
That is a very good observation, Mrs. Walls. What am I doing? So I messed up everywhere, didn't I? There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Walls. I owe you. Can't believe I did that. So that changes our VA, right?
X equals -3.
Yeah, so X equals -3. Thank you, Ms. Walls. You saved the entire Algebra 2 department. Everybody see why? Mr. Lopez is messed up. Okay. Then I'm going to rewrite the simplified version. Write down what's left. So what's left is x over, I know it's really small, but that's what's left right there. Do you see what I'm saying? Now we got to find the whole.
X equals 3.
Where does the whole occur? It occurs at, not,
X equals 3.
no.
Huh?
Wait, am I right? Oh, wait.
You changed the sign.
No, I know, but
Like,
this should be positive 3, right? No?
no, that's the.
Yes.
No. Because the vertical asymptote is like.
You're
what's
right.
left on the
What
bottom.
the? Okay, Miss Lopez, get it together. Golly, I'm only 80 years old. Okay, now, correct. So your whole is at 3, correct. You're right. My bad, Mr. Zender. I don't know what I was thinking. So it's at 3. Then you have to get the point, right? So then you're going to plug it into the simplified version. You're going to plug it into here. So then I'm going to do, I'll do it in red, or what color? Let's do red. So it's going to be 3 over 3 plus 3, and that's going to be 3 over 6. Can you reduce that?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll stop right here. What part, Mrs. Gomez?
What? That was me.
Oh, sorry, Miss. I just heard a female, and obviously Miss Lopez does not have it together today. What's up, Miss Just?
The 3 plus 3.
Okay, so do you understand this part here, where that came from?
Yes.
Okay, so what you do is you take your whole here, and you're gonna put it into here and here. You put the 3 in both of those x's, and that's how we got that. And then we get 1/2. So write your point as a, write your whole as a point. So it's gonna be 3 comma 1/2. Does this problem have a x-intercept? Is there anything? Yes. What's left on top?
X.
When x is by itself, what is that always equal to? 0. Good job. 0. But 1 is the best wrong answer, okay? So 1 is the best wrong answer. So this would be then, you're just going to put, oh, I put 1. So 0, 0. Whenever you have x by itself, whether even if it's on the bottom, you always, that's a 0. We are done. We're not going to do B. I think I've spoken enough. So, guys, on, remember y'all started on practice A last time? Oh, practice B, sorry.
And then X intercept.
Because there's an X on top. See that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you weren't supposed to finish practice B, but it is now officially due today. There is, I said last time there was a Google form. It wasn't even up in yet. But what you're going to do when you finish that paper, you're just going to put it into the Google form. If you need me to check some of those answers, please come ask me, because make sure you're answering what the question is asking. If you're not sure, please come see me, and then I'll tell you if you're doing it right or wrong and stuff. I ask that you just submit it today. I think the deadline is the end of the day. Okay? So make sure you get it in by the end of the day today. So it's not marked late. Good luck. Thank you, guys. You're the best. So Alex, Carlos, Austin. I give you Pez Bucks. Miss Walls. And Miss Walls. I'm just going to keep them. I felt that look, Miss Walls. I felt it.
This is mine that I just got.
Oh, thanks, sir. Yes, I think that's everybody. Oh, and then Walls. Thanks, sir.
So what do we do now?
Just finished that paper, the practice B, which is, we should have started.